Hello everyone. Check out my new setup. Still trying to figure it out. I know, I'm sorry. Just give me 1 second to figure this mess out. Let me lower this volume to this music. Hopefully you can hear me. Still trying to figure it out. I know, I'm sorry. Just give me 1 second to figure this mess out. And I'm listening to myself too. Sorry. All right. All right. So we are good. All right. So hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Hi. Welcome. Today is Just for Kids. My name is Raynilda, by the way. I'll be your artist for today. And I have something really fun to paint today. I actually made a little sketch of it. Let me get it really quick. It's actually a really ugly sketch, but we're not going to make it ugly. We're going to make it look amazing, okay? But we're actually going to be painting a little like crayon box. Thought it'd be really fun to paint a crayon box today. And not only that, I'm going to show you how to mix colors so that you can make all the colors of the rainbow. Now, if you have all the colors of the rainbow with you, then you don't have to mix the colors. But if you only have these three colors, then I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm going to wait a few minutes just to see if everybody comes in. And I'm going to show you what colors we're going to need. And I'm going to show you how we're going to be painting our cute little painting. Okay. So how's everyone's day? I'm just trying to wait till everybody comes in so that we can all start painting. Let me know if the sound sounds good, if the music is low enough, if you're able to see. This is my new setup. It took me forever to figure this out. All right. Awesome. I love that you have all the colors. Alright, so I'll just explain the background. So the background is going to be pretty much any color you want, okay? So it's going to be a mix of whites, but just put any color you want to use. It's going to be really easy. So whatever color you want to use, that's how we're going to paint the background. So let me just let you know all the colors we're going to use. So we're going to be using red. And by the way, these are called primary colors. That means that these colors cannot be made, but they can be used to make other colors, okay? So we have our red. We have yellow. And blue. These are all primary colors, like I said. Now we're also going to need black and white. Those colors were always needed in every single painting. Let me just grab it really quick. So we got our black and white. Hi, Marley. And for my background, I'm going to choose just a special color because I just, wanted to use it. But I'm going to be using pink for my background. Like I said, you can use any color you want for your background, okay? Make sure you have your brushes. Now for the brushes, I have the big brush. You always need a big brush. We have a small square brush. And we have the tiny, tiny brush. Okay? So those are the three brushes we're gonna use. I have my paint palette right here. Okay, I'll move it over just so I can show you how I'm gonna be mixing these colors. Okay? Right there. All right, so we can actually get started. So you can start pouring your paint, your red, whatever colors, because honestly, we're gonna be using all the colors of the rainbow to make this: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Don't pour too much paint though, because you do not need a lot of paint, just a little bit. But if you only have these three colors, you can use those three too. All right, so pour your paint. I'm gonna do that right now. Got my red, my yellow, my blue, and my special color, which is the pink. And the black and the white. Okay, and the black. So like I said, I'm going to show you how to mix these colors to make other colors, which is really fun. Maybe you learned this when you were in kindergarten. There's a little song for it. I might sing it for you. Maybe not. You probably don't want me to, honestly. All right, so we're going to get started by using the big brush right here. All right. So whenever you start painting, especially with this type of paint, which is acrylic paint, I mean, whatever paint you're using, but this type of paint, you do need your brush to be a little bit damp. Okay. So that means you do not want to take a lot of water. You just want a little bit of water on your brush. Well, I already have paint on myself. We haven't even started. So just make sure your brush is nice and damp. And we're going to make an ombre. Now what that means is, that means that we're going to make this part light, and as we make our way out, it's going to get a little bit darker at a time with the color that you want. So remember, choose whatever color you want to use, and we're going to make our background. All right, so just take your big brush, dip it in your white. Now remember, whenever you are picking up paint, you do not want to take it from the center. You want to take your paint from the corner, because if you take it from the center and then you start going to other colors, it is just going to become muddy and crazy. We do not want that. We want our brushes, our paint to look nice and neat. So take it right from the center. Okay, I'll slow down for the kids. Thanks for letting me know. All right, so I'll wait till everybody pours their paint. I forget that I'm used to teaching adults. And adults go a little bit quicker, but that's okay. We're going to be painting this nice and slow. I'm going to show you how to paint a box. I'm going to show you how to paint little crayons, all those things. Okay. I'm going to give you guys a minute to pour all of your paint that you need. All right, you guys ready? All right, so let's just start with the center right here. So you're just going to take your paintbrush and you're going to add it right in the middle, right here. So the way that I am painting it is, if you see, I'm painting it almost like I'm painting a circle. Okay, that's because we want to make our painting look like it's glowing. Okay, so our crayon box is gonna look like it's glowing. Okay, so just start right here in the center and just start making your circle. And this is just white on its own. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your brush and you're gonna keep doing this until there's no more paint on your brush. Now don't dip it back into white if you don't need to. We just wanna spread this all around until there's no more paint. By the way, there is a lag in this video, meaning that you're seeing this part right here about 10 or 15 seconds after I say it. So if I reply late or early, I don't know how it works. That's why. Okay. So once you have your white and then you have your brush, see how it's nice and there's nothing on it anymore. You see that? Now we're going to start adding our glow. Okay, remember I chose pink. You can choose whatever color you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my brush in the white. Let me actually show you what I mean. I'm going to dip my brush in the white. And then I'm going to dip a little bit of pink. Or whatever color you want. And then I'm going to start. So I'm going to leave this center part right here. I'm going to leave that part alone. I don't want this part to have any pink on it. But I'm going to start a little bit outside, about right here. And just like you were painting the white, I'm going to start adding my pink. Remember, we're doing this in circular motion. So we're going like we're painting a circle. Okay, and as you notice, I am not picking up more paint right now. I'm letting my paintbrush become clean once again. And I'll show you why I like to do this. See, my paintbrush is clean. See how it's not painting anymore? And the reason why I do this is because once you do that and you don't have a lot of paint on your brush, you can actually blend the white that you put down and the pink together so that it looks more smooth. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. So this part is still wet, this part is still wet. So I'm going to start right in between, and I'm looking at my video screen, by the way. I'm going to start right in between right here, and I'm going to go right around. And notice how, since I don't have a lot of paint on my brush, it's making it nice and smooth. And now you can just kind of go around. You can even lightly make your way towards the center a little bit if you want to. Still painting in a circle. And now you see it's a little bit smoother now. It's not so harsh line and it just looks so stuck. Now you have it and it looks really nice and smooth. So then, just to finish this out, you're just going to be picking up more and more pink, and you're going to finish off adding all the color, or whatever color you're using if it's not pink, all the way out to the outer edge. So whatever color you're using, just take it to the outer edge. And start adding it all around. So I'll tell you why I chose a crayon box to paint. And that is because whenever you see this crayon box, when it is done, I want you to think about creativity, okay? I want you to think about being able to just create anything, because our favorite thing right now is to use a nice little crayon box. And remember when you get in this brand new and you got your paper and you just start drawing and it's just so fun? That's exactly what I want that to remind you whenever you see this crayon box painting that you did yourself. So just take it, keep painting. Oh, I almost dipped it in the red. Just like that. And by the way, if you want to add a little bit extra white, let's say it's too dark, you know what I mean? You're like, oh boy, this color is way too much, and you want to make it a little bit lighter, all you have to do is just take your brush, put it right back, see, from the corner into some of that white, and you can just go around again. Just kind of mix it in this area right here. It does not have to look perfect. It does not have to look super professional. This is just for fun. Just getting us to create something. Oh, there's a bug in my face. That's all that matters. Just kind of go around. You can pick up your white and just kind of add a few little streaks all around. Just like that, however you want to, however far you want to go. I'm going to go pretty far with mine. Why not? And whenever you're done, make sure that you put your brush in the water and you clean it up. You never want to leave paint on your brush, so it'll just dry up your brush and then it's just going to be really hard to use again. So just make sure that you are cleaning your brush. Any brush that you use, you just always want to clean it. So I like to just wiggle my brush on the bottom of my cup to make sure that it is nice and clean. Well, there's no crayon box yet. Okay, my brush is nice and clean. Show you. Got a nice and clean brush. Make sure that there's no paint on the inside, because if there's paint on the inside, your brush is going to get really crunchy and really hard, and you do not want that. Oh, that's so cute. You guys are all painting along. All right, so what we want to do is now we want to make sure that our canvas is dry. Now we cannot add anything on top because it's just going to move all the paint on top. So you can just take your canvas and you can kind of fan it like this. It shouldn't take too long to dry. I'm sure Francesca's on point. Just fan your canvas. By the way, you know that it's dry if it doesn't have any shiny spots on it. Now, if you're using paint that's glossy, that means that it's going to be shiny either way. So it's going to be hard to see. But if you're not using paint that's glossy, then that means that you're going to be able to see that the glossy parts are gone and that your paint is dry. You can also use a blow dryer, whatever you need, but since it's a small painting, you don't need to do all that. And mine is almost dry. Careful not to dry your paints or to hit, your paint on your palette, or to hit anyone with your canvas. You can even take it and just fan yourself too if you want. Just don't get paint in your hair. I get that a lot. Oh, still drying. Alright, so mine, it's about 85% dry. But don't worry, I'll give you guys a few minutes to dry yours. All right. Here we go. So I'll wait a few minutes just to let everybody dry their canvas. Can you hear the music, by the way? Hopefully you can. Now, it doesn't have to be 1,000,000% dry. It can just be a little dry for the most part. Especially this area right here. This is the area that you want to be the most dry right here. If it's a little wet up here, that's okay. So just kind of right here in this area. So we're going to be using this brush next, which is a small kind of square brush. Okay. This song is just amazing right now. Ta 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 ta. All right, so we're gonna make our crayon box first, okay? So for the crayon box, we're actually gonna need to make like an orangey kind of color, okay? So what you're gonna do is, if you have your orange ready, you're pretty much good to go. Not 100%, but pretty much. But if you don't, the two colors you wanna mix for orange is red and yellow, okay? So I'm just gonna turn this around to have more space. Oh, got a little blurry there. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna get my yellow and my little bit of red, and I'm going to make an orangey kind of color. So I'm gonna mix those two. But that's not all. If you just have if you have the orange on its own, we're actually gonna add a little bit of white to it. Just take a little bit of white and just add it to your crayon box. So we're actually making like a really kind of tannish, kind of lightish orange, just like that. Just mix your color. Something like that. Doesn't have to be a perfect color that matches mine, but as long as you have like a lightish kind of orange, then you are good to go. All right. So once you have your color, gonna pick up some paint. Now you don't want to pick up too much paint. It really helps to kind of flatten your brush like this. And then pick it up a little bit. All right, so we're gonna put our crayon box right here in this part, right in this area. Okay. Now, honestly, you can add it wherever you want. If you want to put it lower, if you want to put it higher, wherever you pretty much want to put it. Okay, this is your painting. You do whatever you want. All right, but I'm gonna add mine right about here. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna paint almost like we're painting a square, okay? So make sure that you are in the center of your canvas, okay? So center, it's about right here. Kind of place your fingers about where you're gonna put it, so about right in this section. Okay, I'm gonna start on this side first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold my brush side like that, and I'm gonna make a line. So I'm gonna go from one finger to the other. Just making a line, just like that. So a nice little line. And then, since the other one is going to be on this side, so I'm going to place my finger right here so that I know where to stop. Now I'm going to make a line going this way. And then to finish it out, I'm going to make that other line that goes from here to here. So if you want, you can place your fingers, or if not, just try to match this side right here. All right, but we're not going to close it out yet, because this top part right here is actually, it's not a whole straight line. It actually has like a really weird kind of design. All right. So once you have your really sharp looking letter U, what you're going to do is you're going to start on this side right here, and you're going to make a line going this way, not too far, just a little line about right here. And then you're going to match it on the other side. Oh, Pepper's here. Pepper just came to say hi. Say hi, Pepper. Hello. Her hair is really long right now. There you go. Hi, Pepper. Say hello. Ooh. Bye, Pepper. All right, so now to connect those two things together, we're gonna make a little smiley face. So you're just gonna start on this side, and you don't have to sketch it since we're gonna fill it out. You don't have to sketch it in. You can just take your whole brush and you're gonna make a smiley face just like that. So just curve it right here and then turn and go back up. So we have a little smiley face right in that center. And now you can fill the whole thing up with your light orange. Pepper is not for sale. She only likes me. So just fill this whole crayon box. And we're actually going to decorate the crayon box too. But for now, we're just going to fill it in. Make sure that you don't fill it in with a lot of thick paint because it's just going to take forever to dry. Make sure you can just smooth it out. Like that. Where is that? Where did I put my crayon box drawing? It just, oh, there it is. Okay. Andre's just being creative, huh? All right, so don't clean your brush when you are done because we're going to add one more thing with this color. Okay. So you see I still have a little bit of paint left over here of my color that I need. So we need to add the back, the flap that's on the crayon box. We need to add that part too, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna add a little bit of black to this color now. When I say a little bit, I mean like tiny bit, okay? You do not want to add too much. It's just a tiny bit. So what I like to do is I like to take my brush and dip barely the corner of my brush. So just like just the corner like that. See, barely any. This is how much I'm picking up, just a little tiny bit. And I'm gonna add it. See how it already is darkening it? That's because you do not need a lot. You just wanna go a little tiny bit at a time until you get a color that's just a little bit darker. Pepper, what are you doing? She's trying to get into the other room. Okay, so let's just darken up that color. Maybe I'll add a little tiny bit more. Let's see. There we go. See, it's going to be like an orangey kind of gray color. Well, definitely send me your pictures when you are done. I definitely want to see them. All right, so once you have your little color here, we're going to make a flap on the back. Now the flap is just going to be like you're making a half moon just right on the top here. Doesn't have to be anything wild, anything specific. It's just a half moon. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna start right on the corner of one side. So right in that corner, and you're gonna make a half moon. So you're just gonna take your brush and you're gonna go around. So just go around. See how I'm kind of sketching it? That's because you want to take your time as you're doing it. So just take your time. And it does not have to be perfectly round. As long as you have a nice little slightly round shape up here, then you are good. And when you are done making your half moon, you just take your color and then you fill it all in. So get really close to the edge here. Just take your time. Going in this area right here. Remember, you always hold your brush like you would be holding a pencil. You don't want to hold your brush like out here. You want to hold it like, that's why this part right here is there. I know a lot of brushes do not have that, but this one will show you that you have to hold your brush like you would hold a regular pencil. And it just helps you move it around a little easier. I added a little tiny bit of water, just a little bit, into my color just to make it last a little bit more so I can finish it out. But you do not have to do that. There we go. And if you want to be fancy, which is something I always say, if you want to be fancy, what you can do is you can just add a little extra black, just a little extra black on your color. And then just make a line. Now you know how flaps have like a little line? So right where it's about to start curving, which is about right here. And it might get covered by the crayons, but we like being fancy in this place. So we're just gonna take this and just make a little line just going across. Very lightly. I'm barely touching my canvas. You do not want to put a lot of pressure. You want to go really light. Like that, we got a little line. And then make sure you are cleaning your brush. Okay. So just one more time, we're gonna let this, we have to let this dry again. And then we're going to come back and add all of our crayons and even decorate the crayon box. So once again, we are drying. Oh. Getting a nice little arm workout here. I'm sure you guys are stuck in your house, haven't got a lot of exercise unless you have a big backyard to run in. Well, this is a great way to get a workout. Just try your canvas. So we mostly want the yellow part right here to be dry. We can have this kind of get dry as we're decorating the box. Just try to get that part drier than the top. The house is a little chilly, so let me go get my little sweater. Here we go. Hopefully I don't look too silly, but it doesn't matter. Being silly is good. All right. All right, so hopefully your pencil box is dry right now because we are going to be adding just a few lines on it. Just kind of decorate it. You can also write your name on it, but I'm just going to show you how to decorate it really easily. All right, so we're just going to make a few diagonal lines on it, all right? That means lines that are kind of going from one side to the other, just slanted. So where's my brush? Here it is. So I'm still using that smaller kind of brush. Okay. Now I'm going to start by picking up some red. So I'm just going to use red to start. And we're going to make a nice little diagonal line, all right? So I'm going to start by this little corner right here. And I'm going to start in that little corner and I'm just going to take it to the side. Like that. Then I'm going to make it a little thicker by going a little lower, about right here. And going down once again. And then we're going to fill it in. So we got one little diagonal line. Right? And once you have that, we're going to clean our brush again. Give you guys a minute to clean that up. I'm sure you guys are having a great time not being in school. But school is important, guys, okay? All right, so once we have one diagonal line, we're gonna make another one. All right, so the next one is gonna be blue. So just with your clean brush, dip it in your blue. Oh, let me turn this around so you can see what I'm dipping it into. Right here, there we go. So I'm gonna leave a little space in between. And I'm gonna make another diagonal line right here. And just like we did this one, but this one's gonna be a little bit thinner. So just make it a little thinner than that. So just be a little closer. That, and then fill it in. So we got 2 diagonal lines, and we're gonna make 1 more. I know, so many diagonal lines, but it's gonna look so nice when we're done. Now don't decorate by adding your name on it just yet. That way you do not get behind. You can add it afterwards. We can add that actually in the end. Because writing names takes a long time, okay? Now the last color we're gonna use on it is a light yellow. So we're gonna take some white and a little yellow, mix it together. So once you have your nice little light yellow, we're gonna make 1 more diagonal line. Now this one's gonna start right here in this part. Gonna take it down like that. Now you can make this thick or you can make this big, however you want to make it. So I'm gonna make mine about the same as that. So I'm gonna start right here, and it's actually gonna go past. See how I went past the little curve here? And then just fill that in. Just like that. So we got our red, our blue, and our light yellow. Now we're gonna be adding our name over here. But like I said, don't do it just yet. So now I am cleaning my brush. So I'm gonna give you guys a minute or two to finish adding your lines and cleaning your brush. Make sure you're cleaning it up because we're not gonna use that anymore. We're gonna be using the tiny brush now. I love this tiny brush. It is my favorite brush to use because it's just so little and it just gets the job done. I love chubby lines too, Francesca. It's okay. I love that. Can't wait to see it. All right, so we're going to be using our small brush to make our crayons, okay? Now all the crayons are going to be different color. So like I said in the beginning, if you have all the colors, you are just good to go to add every single color, but I'm going to be showing you how to mix certain colors so you can make it, okay? All right. So the first crayon we're going to add over here is going to be red, okay? And I'm going to show you how to paint a crayon. So just take your tiny brush, dip it in the red. Okay. We're gonna go over to this side right here. And you're gonna start by painting a rectangle, okay? So what I mean by that is you're gonna start not right on the edge, just a little bit to the right of it. So you're gonna make a rectangle. Remember where that flap is? We're gonna go below that flap. So right here, tiny little rectangle, just like that. And then fill it in. Just a little rectangle. This is how we're going to paint all the crayons, by the way. So once you have your rectangle, we're going to make a nice little interesting shape on the top, the tip. So all you're going to do is, you're going to start on one corner. You're going to go almost like you're painting a triangle, except that the triangle doesn't have a point on the top. It has a line on the top. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So you're going to go up towards this way, just like you're painting a triangle. Okay? But the tip is going to be a straight line. Oops. Just like that. So we have, let me try to cover up the light a little bit so you see what I mean. So it just kind of, it's a little tip on the top that's straight, and then it's just like a little triangle, and then it just goes down to the rectangle. Now you're gonna do that with every single color, okay? So it's gonna, you can do whatever colors you want. You can do red, blue, just make sure they're all different, because you know a crayon box doesn't all have the same colors. You want to do them all different, but I'm gonna do kind of like a rainbow, except that I don't really want to do orange. Since the box is orange, I don't want to do an orange, but you can. So I'm gonna do yellow, green, blue, and purple as my other colors. But I'll show you again how to paint one. So I'm gonna go in my yellow. Right. So right next to it, and my yellow is kind of light, so I have to add a little bit of white to it so that it shows. You might not have to do that, but I have to add a little white to my yellow. Make sure you're cleaning your brush every single time. So I'm gonna do my rectangle. And then I'm gonna do my triangle on top. And with a little straight line. See how I made that one a little taller? You can make some tall, some small, however you want to do it. But we're gonna also add some black on it when it dries, so that way it shows that it has like a little label on it. But you can just kind of continue and add all the colors you want. Now, to make green, all you have to do is take yellow and a little bit of blue. And that, look at that, it turns into green. So yellow and blue. So now we have a nice green, and I am going to do the next crayon. Right next to it, I'm gonna put mine right there. That, make your little triangle on top with the line and come back down. And guys, we are almost done. We're going to do a few more steps and we will be done with our painting. And then you'll have a brand new, beautiful painting to hang up. To remind you to always create. Right, my next color is going to be blue. Some of you guys may be behind. That's okay. Don't worry about it. You do not have to go as fast as me. I have a lot of experience painting, and in order for you to get really, really good at painting, that means you have to practice a lot. So don't worry if yours does not look as good as mine, or it doesn't look as good as the next person next to you or anyone else, because we all paint kind of on our own pace, and there's no such thing as mistakes, okay, in art. All right, let me do my next crayon, which is the blue. Like that. Got our triangle with the line on top. And the last color I'm going to add is going to be purple. Now, if I have a little more space, I might add a pink one, but if not, it's just going to be purple. So for purple, all you do is just take blue and red, and that will make purple for you. May look a little weird on the palette, but it is purple. There we go. All right, so right next to it, let me add a little more red to mine, because mine is looking more indigo and not purple. The more red you add, it'll look more and more purple. The more blue you add, it's going to look more and more indigo, which is like, oh, kind of a shade of blue. There we go. Thanks, Hector. Right. So I'm gonna let everyone finish up their crayon, and then we're going to add a few other things. So I know it looks very shiny. Let me just kind of move it so you can see it better. There we go. Honestly, if I put it like that, it looks a little easier to see, huh? Let me see if I can change my camera up just a little bit. Let's see something. I am brand new to using all these cameras, so I don't know what I'm doing just yet, but practice makes perfect, guys. That might be a little bit better. Maybe, maybe not. Now let me go back. Oh wait, check out this cute little easel. Oh, isn't it adorable? It is the cutest little easel I've ever seen. Okay. Okay, so hopefully everyone is almost done with all of their crayons. Because while the crayons are drying, we're going to do a few more fun things to decorate our background and our box. Okay. So I know you made all of these colors, and we're going to make a few little marks all over your background. You can make little circles, you can make dots, you can make stars, however you want to decorate the outside, this area right here. You could do it one color, you could do it all rainbow colors. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So what I mean by that is you're going to take whatever color and you can make little stars. So to make a star, you just make an X to start. And then you add a cross. You have yourself a little star. So you can add that anywhere you want. So a cross and an X. That. And just clean your brush. You can make other color stars. We're just waiting till our crayon dries, so we're just gonna decorate it because we're gonna add some black to our crayons just to make it look like it has some, like a package on, like it has, you know, the little packaging on the crayon. That's what we're gonna do. So I got the blue, I have that. Let me add some green ones. Make sure that your brush is not super wet either as you're cleaning it. So yeah, make sure you're drying your brush every single time that you clean it. All right, let me add some red ones. How about over here? Purple ones. What other color am I missing? So I got red, yellow, green, blue, purple. Let me make some white ones, because why not? Put a little white one over here. And a little white one right here. So our crayon should be almost dry by now. There we go. Isn't that really cute? So I'm going to give you guys another minute to add your little stars everywhere. You know what else you can do that's really fun? You can take the back of your brush and dip it. You can make little dots. I'm doing white dots. You just don't want to put too many things because then it'll just get too crowded. That's why I'm doing my dots in just one color. Because even though adding a lot of colors and, you know, just going in is really fun, we also want to keep in mind that we want our painting to also have the main focus. And what that means is we want our crayon box to be what, whenever you're looking at it, that's what you want to look at, is your crayon box. You don't want everything else to kind of distract. You just want it to be there as, you know, an adding, like it's added there. So yeah, I'm just making little white dots. I think that made it look really, really cute. Isn't that adorable? So our crayon should be pretty dry. It doesn't have to be 100% dry. It just has to be a little bit dry, okay? Because we're going to be adding 2 little things on each crayon. Frog faces and stars. I love it, Francesco. All right, so since we are done with the background, we're going to add the lines on our crayons to make them come alive, okay? So with your tiny brush, you're going to dip it into black. Now you don't want to pick up too much paint. You want to pick up just a little bit on your brush at a time. Ooh, here you go. My camera was blocking that. All right, here we go. So just a little bit. See how I'm twirling it? I like to twirl my brush. So I kind of do this. Because when you do that, it actually helps sharpen your brush. Okay, so just kind of twirl it. Okay, so this is what we're going to do on every single crayon, okay? Move this over. So what you're going to do is, do you remember where you drew your little, where you drew the rectangle and you drew the little triangle on top? So right where the triangle and the rectangle meets, you're going to make a curved line. So that means you're going to make like a little smiley face. So right where it meets, which for me is right here, just going to make a little curved line. So very slowly just go from one side to the other, like you're drawing a smiley face. Like that. So you're going to do that on every single crayon. Right where it meets, just make your little smiley face. Just like that. See, now we have little smiley face on our crayons, and we're gonna add one more thing. So I'll let you guys finish that up. All right, so we're gonna add an oval shape, meaning it's gonna be round but long on our crayon. So what I mean by that is, okay, so we have our little smiley face right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go a little below that, so about right here. And I'm going to make a sad face. Now, it's not going to connect to the sides. It's going to be right in the center. And the sides are going to be left alone. So right here in this part, I'm going to make a sad face. See that? Right in the middle of it. Just make a little sad face. See, I'll hold it up so you can see a little bit better. And then I'm going to take this all the way down. On one side and all the way down right here. You can also just take your brush right here in the center and press and drag it down. Whichever way you want to do it. But every single crayon is going to have this. Just add your black, take it down. And one more right here for me. Here we go. We have little crayon labels. And guys, we are almost done. We're just one step away from being finished. I'm going to give you guys another minute to finish up the black part. And then we're going to actually be able to write our names on our box. Now, to write the names, you can either use a paintbrush or you can use a marker. If a marker is way easier for you, you can just go get a marker and you can use that to write your name. But like I said, you can also use your paintbrush. Just make sure you're really careful. So you can write your name in different areas. You can either write it like on the bottom of the box. You can write in the center right here. You can even write it sideways like that. However you want to write it. And you can also use whatever color you want to write it as well. I'm trying to choose what color should I write my name. I think I'm going to choose red. I think I'm going to do it in red. Just take your, and I'm going to do mine on the bottom right here. So I'm just going to write my name. Like I said, marker might be a little easier. You can even just write your nickname. You can write your nickname and then write crayon box or whatever you want to do. So I'm going to write Ray's box. Whatever you want to write on it. I love it.
Okay. Just gonna finish it up right here. Here we go. So raise, you can put your crayon box, like I said, just your name, whatever you want to do. All right. So this is our painting that we painted. It's a nice little crayon box that you decorated yourself. Remember, every time you see it, I want you to think about creativity and painting and drawing, whatever it is that you like to do. Just always create and always make something. Because, yeah, you can watch videos and do all that stuff, but creating is the best thing that you can do to make yourself happy. So always, always, always create. Right? So I want to thank you guys for coming. Thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. However, tomorrow is going to be for adults. And we will be painting something a little harder. Now, if you do want to come and you want to try it out, of course you always can. But tomorrow is going to be a little harder. But I'm glad you guys came. Please keep creating. And I will see you guys another time. This is Reynilda, and I'll see you guys later.